Hi, all memory superheroes. This lesson is for memory recall aspirants who want to learn faster and want to achieve maximum in their life by keeping all their limitations behind. I am your memory coach, CD. Today on our show, that is Wisdom from Experts, we have Somesh Kumar. If I have to tell you about Somesh is a result-oriented leader, passionate about bringing about the best in the people he's working with. He's a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest leadership level in Toastmasters international curriculum. He has vast experience spanning for more than 20 years in the telecom domain, where he has successfully and ardently executed various roles as a software developer, system tester, and an inspirational leader. He is now on the journey as a leadership and transformation coach and consultant in the field of life coaching, serving people who are looking for fulfillment and satisfaction. He serves people to bring out the best in themselves through mindset coaching. So, join me to welcome Somesh Kumar on the show. Hi, Somesh. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Chakradhar. Great to be with you again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. So, how are you, Somesh? First of all,
I'm doing great.
yes.
It's a bright day today here in Ireland,
Good one, good.
which is rare.
Yeah.
It's a country of clouds.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Most of the time it's cloudy here. So it's a great day. Yes.
Okay. So we are meeting on a good day, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, with your permission, should I start with my first question? If you are ready.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, here's my first question for you. What's one thing you wish you had known when you began your career? Like at the starting of your career, if you'd have known this, journey could have been more easier. Yeah.
Yes. So the most important thing when beginning a career is to have a mentor or a coach.
Yes.
It's very important because we are treading a new space and
Right.
we need to get to know where we are going to.
Right.
It's like learning to swim, for example.
Yes.
If we are thrown into a deep end
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know how to swim,
Right.
we'll just basically drown,
Yes.
right? So
Agreed.
the most important thing is to have those skills and then have someone as a coach or a mentor who's there to guide
Yeah.
so that we know what we are doing and how we go about doing
Right.
things.
Yes.
So that would be the advice I would give. So even from a beginning perspective, like as I started off in the
Mm-hmm.
software industry and now as a coach,
Mm-hmm.
the most important thing is to have a mentor or a coach with whom we can trust. The most important thing is that we have the trust in them and keep asking questions.
Right.
Whatever doubts we have, we
Mm-hmm.
should be we should feel free to ask to that person
Okay.
and maintain that communication stream.
Right.
I think that would be the advice that I'll give.
Yeah. Great
Thank you.
analogy. Yeah. Swimming and life. Yes. Great. Yeah. So with this, the next question is, what is your biggest failure, or I should say, biggest learning, and what did you learn from it? If you there'll be failures keep coming in life, either maybe in a software field or in your coaching space. If you have gone through any failure and which have changed you for good, so what can that failure be or a learning be? You can say. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, failure is a part of life,
Right.
just like success is also a part of life.
Right. Right.
We always have to remember that success is a part of our life. This is what
Yes.
the mindset is about.
Right.
Life is not only about failures, it is also
Right.
about success.
Yes.
And so the most important thing is to keep the frame of success in our mind
Mm-hmm.
because the thoughts create our reality.
Right.
Generally, how we lead life is that whatever results we see, we
Mm-hmm.
think that that is a reality.
Right.
So if the results are coming negatively,
Mm-hmm.
our thoughts become negative,
Yes.
and then our behavior is negative, our
Mm-hmm.
actions are negative,
Mm.
and it and the result again becomes negative. So
Right.
it's
Right.
like a cycle of
Circle.
negativity,
Yeah. Yes.
unfortunately. So how
Yes.
do we come out of this cycle of negativity?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we are in failure, how do we come out of that?
Okay.
We come out by having positive thoughts.
Right.
So the thoughts, if you have positive thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
then we are creating a new set of behaviors,
Right.
which is spiraling a new set of actions,
Yes.
which is giving a new set of results.
Great.
So it's very important to understand that, and this is what the mindset coaching is all about. It's about understanding that whatever results we have currently
Yeah.
is just a reflection of what we did in the past. It's not the
Very
reflection
true.
of the future.
Yes.
The future is created by what we do in the present,
Present. Yes.
not what we have done in the past.
Past. Yeah.
Past is creating the present, and the
Yeah.
present is creating the future.
Yes.
So it's very important to detach ourselves from whatever has happened in the past,
Right.
whether it be success or failure. I'm saying success also because
Yes.
for example, if you look at some companies who are number one, they still would have the mindset of being number two.
Yeah.
The reason is that only in that mindset they can keep growing up. They keep growing.
Yeah.
So in terms of the failures, I would say there are many failures. And Les Brown actually talks about an important thing. Have you heard about Leslie Brown? He's a
Yeah. I've
great
heard of. Yeah.
motivational speaker.
Yes. Yes.
Great, and his life is really a remarkable life. In terms of that, he has faced so much adversities in his life,
Yes.
and he has overcome everything. Like he was born very poor, and people were calling him mentally retarded and things like that.
Yeah.
And he says a very good thing. He says that when life knocks you down, be sure to fall on your back
Yes.
so that you can get up immediately.
Yes. Very true. Yeah. Very true. Yes.
So the failures should be treated as stepping stones for success.
Definitely.
It's very important to reflect on what we have done.
Right.
Like John Maxwell is a leadership guru. You probably would have heard about him.
Yeah. Yes.
What he says is that the most important thing to do after failure is to reflect on it.
Yep.
Like what was the thing that happened and what could have happened in a different way.
Right.
Reflect on it, and then go about and start approaching the thing in a different way.
Different way. Yes.
And see if it works.
Yes.
And maybe it might not work, and then try again another way.
Right.
So we have to keep making the changes,
Yeah.
necessary changes, in order to finally come out successful.
Very true. Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
And so the two important points that I would like to say is that we should not, the results are just an implication of what we did in the past.
Yes.
So we should not be really worried about that. What we should be focusing on is what I have to do in this present moment.
Yes.
What are the actions that I can take in this present moment, which will give me a successful result
Right.
in the next moment.
Yes. Failures.
I think
Yeah.
that
Failures are
That's what I
only
would conclude.
experiences. Yeah. Experiences which makes you better. And
absolutely.
yeah. Okay. So the next question is, what advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a career similar to yours? If somebody want to be in the coaching space, what one advice you should think that you should give to that person?
Yes, it's important, again, as I said in the answer to the first question, in terms of having a mentor and coach. I think that's very important.
Right.
To kind of guide and then keep executing things. I think that's also very important.
Right.
The two important points I would say is having someone you trust to be your guide and mentor.
Right.
And the second is keep executing on the things.
Yes.
And finally, I would also say, the thing about what I said before, having the proper mindset.
Yes.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Because if the mindset is not proper, then we can keep on doing a lot of actions. It unfortunately will not bring results.
Yeah.
Like if I believe, yes, if I believe that, I'm working from a belief that things will not work well. If at the subconscious level, if I have that belief, then I can, do a lot of actions, but unfortunately they will not give results.
Yeah, those
But
no
in
result. Yes.
subconscious, if I believe 100% that I'm taking this action and this is going to give me results,
Right.
then it will just give the results.
Right.
Because one of the important thing about the subconscious mind is that it just accepts everything.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
does not
Whatever
have a
you
power
say.
of rejection.
Yeah. Whatever you say positive
Yeah,
or negative, you accept. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So it does not have a power of rejection. And that's why what is our internal dialogue is very important.
Yes.
What are we saying to ourselves? Are we saying that I'm good, I can do it? Or are we saying that I'm still
I'm
not
not
good
good
enough?
enough. Yeah.
If you're saying that, if that's our internal dialogue, then unfortunately the results will not be what we want.
Right. It
So
will
our
not be
internal
reflected
dialogue
that
should
way.
always
Positive. Yeah.
full of confidence.
Yes.
That should be our internal dialogue. And if we have that
Agreed.
internal dialogue, and if we act on that internal dialogue, the results are guaranteed.
Definitely.
100%.
Yes. Yeah. Next question is, what are the best resources that have helped you along the way? There'll be a lot of resources which you would have used or which you have been implemented in your life. So if you have to name some resources, what could those resources be? Yeah.
Yeah, all these great authors who have written the books, they are all gems.
Right.
For example, the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill
Yes.
talks about having the burning desire,
Yes.
burning desire, faith. And when we have all those things, auto suggestion, he talks about that as well.
Yes.
The auto suggestion is, again, what I told about the subconscious mind.
Right.
The vision, the purpose in life,
Right.
that's very important.
Yes.
What do I want to do in my life?
Definitely.
It's extremely important to understand that,
Yes.
because each and every one of us is unique,
Yeah.
and each and every one of us has a unique way of contributing to the world,
Yes.
which only we can do, which only that particular person can do. No
Person
one
can
else
do.
can
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
And
Very true.
we have to understand this very clearly. So that is a purpose. We have a purpose, and the burning desire to achieve that purpose,
Right.
and the total faith.
Yes.
He gives Napoleon Hill actually gives the example of Barnes, Edwin Barnes. He in the beginning he gives this example. He was Edwin Barnes wanted to become a business associate of Edison.
Okay.
Thomas Alva Edison.
Yeah.
He wanted to do that. He wanted to become
Right.
an associate, business associate.
Yeah.
But he was actually a very poor person.
Yes.
But in his mind, he was already there.
Yeah.
That was his purpose in life. That I
Yeah.
want to
He's
be the
already
business
dreaming.
associate
He's
of.
already dreaming as his associate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's actually not even a dream. He is actually really he's there.
Okay.
Like in his mind, he's already there.
Okay.
So what he actually goes in a goods train. He doesn't have money, so he cannot go in a passenger train. He goes in a goods train. He reaches Edison, and he says that I want to be your business partner.
Okay. Okay.
And
Great.
Edison looks at him and he says that this guy is so poor, and how can he be my business partner?
Business partner. Yeah.
And he says that you do some minor job at my place, right? So he starts doing a minor job at Edison's place,
Okay.
and he does his job very nicely. But in his
Okay.
mind, he's always saying that I am a business partner.
I am business partner. Yeah.
I'm a business partner of Edison.
Right. Yes.
And after a few years, Edison has invented a thing called dictaphone.
Yeah.
Dictaphone is a machine that you can talk to and it records.
Yes.
So Edison invents that machine, but people are not able to sell that machine.
Yes.
They say that this machine does not have a proper
Sellability. Yeah.
customer base. We won't be able to sell it. And
Right.
then Edwin Barnes comes in at the time, and he says that I will sell your machine.
Sell your machine. Okay.
And he proves he actually sells those machines.
Okay.
And then he becomes a business partner of Edison.
Right. Right. So
What
it has become
Napoleon Hill
reality
says
for
that-
him. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So what Napoleon Hill says that is that the burning desire, that
Yes.
the most important thing is to understand what our goal in life is.
Right.
We have to be very focused on that.
Yes.
Once we know that, then just work towards it. I think.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Go for it. Exactly.
Yes.
Whatever be the condition, just don't be bothered by all those whatever challenges or stumbling blocks that will come.
Right.
Just overcome them. Them. Keep that image in mind.
Yes.
That this is what is my goal is.
Yes.
And one day that will become a reality.
Right. Right.
And he has actually he did 25 years. He took 25 years to write that book, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
And he had 500 wealthy people at the time. He interviewed them.
Okay.
So it's an amazing, so books like that, like for example, 7 Habits of Effective People.
Highly
With Stephen Covey. Be
Yes.
proactive, things like that. What he says, he begins with be proactive, and then he ends with sharpen the saw.
Right.
What he means by sharpen the saw is whatever qualities we have, like whatever talents we have to keep using those talents.
Yes.
And we have to make it, so that when we use it, we can, if we don't use it, you lose it, as they
Right.
say.
Yes.
So it's very important to understand what our unique ability is and keep working on that unique ability.
Right. Right.
I think so. I think it's basically the books,
Yeah.
that I would say is the
Actually
major
has
source
helped
of.
you. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And it looks like that you have used the concepts in the book truly in your life also. So those are actually resonating with you. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I try to anyway. Yeah.
So, if I have to ask, who are the 3 people who have been the most influential to you, who has pushed you to your limits? That Somesh, you are worth it, and you should go for it. Who are those 3 people? If you have to only name 3 people, there'll be many, but then you have to name only 3.
Yes. So this could be cliched answer, but this is my answer as well. In
Yeah.
terms of the first 2 are the parents, mother and father, because they give us that in the beginning they are our teachers really. We
Right.
go to the school, but in school we stay for probably 7 hours, 6 hours or something. But the
Right.
remaining whatever is there, 17 hours,
Yeah.
we are in a 24-hour day. We are with our parents, and
Yes.
they are really giving us all the tips for how to go about in life.
Right.
So yeah. So in terms of my father, for example, he was working in a central government service, and we went to different places in India. For example, I was born in Bangalore, and then I was in Jabalpur for 10 years.
Okay.
Then I was in Hyderabad for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So and he was transferred to different places, and then I got to see all those places.
Okay.
I got to understand the different, unique subtleties of different cultures. For
Cultures. Yeah.
example, Jabalpur, it'll be different, Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I actually got an opportunity to come to Ireland as well in 2000.
Okay.
And I kind of got an international kind of view. And who were the people who really, like, for example, before I went to the interview for the Irish job, I was asking my father actually, that, because at the time there was this Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland kind of conflicts and all.
Yeah. Was there?
So,
Yes.
and I was not really sure about Ireland, where it was, and the things, what are there. So I'd asked him, shall I go for the interview? And I did a little bit of search and all, and I found out that this place is okay. And he said, yeah, go for it. So these things, the encouragement,
Yes.
like especially in India, this attachment between the parent within the family, we got very strong attachments
Yes.
within the family.
Yes.
And despite those strong attachments,
Mm-hmm.
the parents are encouraging people to go out,
Yes.
like go out and do your best in the world
Yeah.
wherever you are
Live your life.
staying.
Yeah. Right.
So this is what, so that's why I kind of really say that, at least in my case, my mother and father, like my mother is really very kind of, in terms of the daily activities that she does. She wakes up at 4 a.m. and then, she does a lot of activities. She's 74 now, and then, she's still so active. So
Yeah.
these things, I take this as really, uh, like, encouragement, that
Yes.
whatever be the age, it doesn't matter. If you keep
Right.
yourself active, if you keep yourself engaged,
Yeah.
that's what is needed.
Right.
Uh, that and then the third person I would say is, again, it is related to the age factor and how a person's burning desire can bring in, whatever one wants.
Right.
So this is in terms of, there is a person called Srila Prabhupada. He was the founder of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and
Okay.
there is Dr. Vivek Bindra. You probably would have heard about him.
Yes.
He's a
Yes.
great
Yeah.
motivational
Motivational
speaker.
speaker. Yeah.
He has actually given the example of Srila Prabhupada as well, in terms of how he was at the age of 70. He took a ship from India to New York.
Okay.
It took several days. He suffered 2 heart attacks within the ship.
Okay.
He reached New York, and in 1 year he started that international society.
Okay.
And he had 108 kind of temples across the whole world.
Okay.
And in 11 years, so he died at the age of 81. But in 11 years, he, from the age of 70, just imagine,
Yes.
people are retiring at the time,
Right.
He
Yes.
was saying, I don't want to do any job, I'll just relax.
Yes.
He's traveling to America and he's starting a
A
worldwide
new,
organization.
completely new venture. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's again, it's burning desire. It's that this is how I see the world as.
Right.
And if I see the world like this, I want to make the world like this.
Right.
And I can do anything to do that.
Very
And
true.
so yeah, to conclude, I would say it's Mother, Father, and Srila Prabhupada.
Right. Great. Great.
you.
Yeah. So, what is one common myth about your profession of that you want to debunk? That in your profession or in a coaching space, this myth is not there. People are still thinking that this thing is stopping them, but then that's totally a myth. That is totally something which is not true at all. If you have to debunk that. Yeah.
Yeah, the most common myth I would say is that people think that you need to have a coaching, a funnel, marketing funnel, and website, and a lot of different things before you start the coaching business. And that is a myth. And I think this myth is kind of many people, like for example, Ajit Navlakha. He's the kind of CEO of Ever Coach.
Yes.
He actually says this as well, that the most important thing in the beginning is to establish connections with people.
Right.
He says that uh, call 50 people in your network.
Yes.
And talk to them and tell them that you're coaching, you're a coach, and how you can help them.
Right.
So these things, very simple steps.
Yes.
That is more important rather than creating a website and looking at the marketing funnels and things like that. So first, do the simple things, establish the connections, talk to people, and start getting clients. I think that's the most important thing.
Right.
Who would want to work with you?
Yes.
So that's the first step. So once that is done, then the funnel and everything is a natural progression.
Right.
That once we have thousands of clients, then how do I kind of manage them? Then we need to have a marketing funnel, and you need to have people
Websites,
employed for you, so
Right.
that they take care of other things. Yeah. So I think the most important thing is to understand that to start with the basics, start establishing connections,
Right.
and start understanding what our client avatar is. I think that's very important.
Yes.
Who is the person who is looking for my service?
Right.
To get a very clear idea about that, that this person is a 40 years old. He's a leader, and he is stressed because of the work that he does the whole day, and he wants to understand how he can come out of the stress,
Right.
how he can be stress free, and at the same time deliver more value to his people,
Right. Right.
his customers.
Yes.
Say, for example, that is my client avatar. So to get very clear on who is the client avatar, to start establishing network, and then everything else will fall in place
Will follow.
automatically.
Yes, it will follow.
So the myth I would say is to debunk is that you need to have a marketing funnel and posh website and everything else for that. Not
That's
needed.
not needed at the start itself. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. In the beginning, it's not needed, and it will naturally come. As the business develops, automatically all this advanced stuff.
Right. Right. Agreed.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So, if our listener and viewers have to find you, so where can our listeners and viewers can connect with you online? If they have to connect with you, get benefits, get your help, get benefits from your services, where they can find you?
Yeah. So I have a Facebook page called SKC2 at your service.
Okay.
So it's basically my business page, which is called Somesh Kumar Coaching Consultants.
Okay.
So if you search for that, or if you look for SKC2 at your service,
Okay.
you'll find me. And yeah, I'm ready to serve in whatever way is possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have reached to the last question of this interview. What can change in your life if you become completely free from all the limiting beliefs? If you have no limiting beliefs, nothing to stop you, what your life is going to be, Somesh? How the life will be for you?
This is a great question. And this question actually sums up the whole discussion that we were doing
Right.
from the beginning.
Yes.
Because as I told, subconscious is only about accepting.
Yes.
There is no rejection in subconscious.
Right.
So the limiting beliefs are caused because we unfortunately have some negative ideas in our subconscious.
Right.
So it might be because of our environment, it might be because of our genes
Yes.
that we have.
Yes.
It might be because of how we were brought up.
Yes.
These things. So they can somehow there are some negative thoughts which are in the subconscious, and that is limiting us from achieving whatever we want to do. So your question is really apt to the discussion that we did.
Thank you. Yeah.
What would you do if there are no limiting beliefs?
Yes.
I would say I would create a world where everyone uniquely expresses themselves to the fullest.
Yes. Okay.
So I want to interact with millions of people across the world.
Yeah.
I want to help them understand that
Mhm.
each and everyone is unique, and
Yes.
each and everyone is uniquely positioned
Yes.
to serve the entire world.
Right.
The whole world, billions, whatever, 7 billion population.
Yeah.
As there is no dearth of people in this, uh,
Yeah, on
in
this
our
earth.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so that means that each and every person has got a unique ability to tap into that 7 billion population
Right.
and serve the people in their own unique way.
Yes.
For example, someone could be a stand-up comedian, and they're serving the people in that way. They're making people laugh, and
Love.
then
Yeah.
laughter is the best medicine, as they say.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so whatever be the talent, someone would be a great musician, someone, and someone is just cleaning the streets,
Right.
and they are doing a great service as well.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's not that it's not the type of the service that we are doing really.
Right.
It's how we are doing. What is our attitude in doing that?
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. And this is what I want to kind of, if I had no limiting beliefs, I would talk to each and every person in this universe, and I would tell to them that you are unique and you are uniquely positioned to influence this world, to
Right.
make it the best place.
Yeah.
It's like creating a heaven on earth kind of thing.
Yes.
And
Great
each
thought.
and
Great
everyone
thought. Yeah.
uniquely positioned to do that.
This is great thought. Yeah. And if it happens or if it is possible, then this earth will definitely become heaven one day. Yeah. It will definitely become
Yeah,
heaven. Yeah. Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your wisdom, your insights with the listeners and my viewers. And with this, my questions has finished, and now we can end this interview here. Okay. Thank you.
It's great talking with
Yeah.
you, Chakra,
Yeah.
again.
Same
Thank you
here.
so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take
Bye
care.
bye. Yeah.
Have a great day.
Bye.